I am so glad that you are here today, because today we're going to talk about positive thinking tips. If there is one topic that I know for a fact will help change your life for the better in every single way imaginable, it is this. It is literally like magic. If you use it often enough, it can be a problem sometimes. So how do we control this? How do we use positive thinking on our favor and not the other way around? Well, let's find out more about positive thinking. And then I will teach you some tips so you can practice them right after this video. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. We are so happy to have you here. Remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Let's dive right in. What is positive thinking? Have you heard about it? Have you ever tried it? Maybe you have, and maybe you think it doesn't work, or maybe you think it is a bunch of nonsense. Well, before we move forward, let me tell you something. I believe that what we think is what we become. What we think determines our mood. It determines our actions, our attitude. In other words, our life. And if what we think is wrong, well, our life will reflect that. And the same applies the other way around. So what exactly is positive thinking? Well, according to psychologist Dr. Elizabeth Scott, positive thinking is when you choose to focus your mind on the good things in your life rather than the bad, and you expect good things to happen rather than bad. However, please do not misunderstand it. That is not saying that negative things will never happen to you again. Of course they will. But you must remember that these things are just temporary. They are not permanent. As long as we live, there is hope. There is always something that we can do about it. So why should you start practicing positive thinking? Why is it so important? Well, first of all, positive thinking increases your happiness. As simple as that. You will be happier. Your mood will be generally better. You will feel satisfied with who you are and what you have. Secondly, positive thinking promotes creativity and innovation. When you are positive, you are open to new ideas, new possibilities, and solutions. Your imagination will guide you to success because you'll believe that you can achieve anything. Thirdly, positive thinking improves physical health. A research conducted by Harvard University showed that positive emotions can make you healthier and can improve your immune system. Number 4. Positive thinking enhances mental health. People who are optimistic are less likely to fall into a state of depression or anxiety. On the contrary, negative thinkers tend to suffer from these issues. 5. Positive thinking boosts energy levels. When you are optimistic, you are full of energy and enthusiasm. You approach your tasks with joy and eagerness to learn. Lastly, positive thinking improves relationships. This is very important. People who are optimists are likable and easy to be around. Their positive attitude is contagious and attracts others. Now that we know why we should practice positive thinking, let's move on to the tips. Here are 5 tips that will help you practice positive thinking. 1. Control your inner dialogue. The way we speak to ourselves has a profound impact on our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Therefore, we must pay attention to our self-talk, which is the voice inside our head. Self-talk can be either positive or negative. For example, when we face a challenge, negative self-talk might say, "I'm not good enough. I'm going to fail anyway. Why even try?" But positive self-talk would say, "I can do this. I may fail this time, but next time, I will do better. At least I'll learn from this experience." Notice the difference between the two. One leads to hopelessness and the other to hope. So how do we control our inner dialogue? Well, first of all, we need to become aware of our self-talk. Pay attention to your inner voice. What does it say to you? Is it mostly positive or negative? Once you become aware of your self-talk, you can start to challenge your negative thoughts. Ask yourself, are these thoughts really true? Is there any evidence to support them, or are they just opinions? When you become aware of your negative thoughts, you can start to replace them with positive ones. This is not an easy task, but with practice, it can become a habit. Number 2, focus on solutions, not problems. When problems arise, we have the choice of focusing on them or focusing on the solutions. Focusing on problems only makes them seem bigger and more difficult to solve. But when we focus on solutions, we are more likely to come up with creative ideas and take action. Here is how you can do it. First of all, define the problem clearly. What is the problem? What are its causes and effects? Once you have defined the problem, brainstorm possible solutions. Write down every possible solution, no matter how crazy it sounds. Then evaluate the pros and cons of each solution and choose the best one. Finally, take action. Don't just sit around and wait for things to happen. Do something. Any action is better than no action at all. Number 3. Use positive language. The language we use has a powerful impact on our thoughts and emotions. Using positive language can help us focus on the good things in our lives and appreciate what we have. It also helps us express our needs and wants in a clear and confident way. Here are some ways to use positive language. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "This is challenging, but I will find a way." Instead of saying, "I have to do this," say, "I choose to do this because it's important to me." Instead of saying, "I'm not good at this," say, "I'm learning, and I will get better with practice." Instead of saying, "I'm bored," say, "I'm open to new ideas and experiences." And instead of saying, "I'm unlucky," say, "I'm resilient, and I will bounce back from this setback." Using positive language is a simple but effective way to boost your mood and attract more positivity into your life. Number 4. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful emotion that can help us appreciate the good things in our life and focus on the positive. When we are grateful, we are less likely to complain or feel negative emotions. So, how do we practice gratitude? Well, first of all, we need to be aware of the things we are grateful for. Make a list of the things you appreciate most in your life. It could be your family, your friends, your job, your hobbies, or simply the fact that you are alive and breathing. Once you have made the list, read it daily. You can also add new things to your list as you discover them. Another way to practice gratitude is to write a thank you note to the people who have made a difference in your life. Expressing gratitude to others is a great way to strengthen relationships and create more positivity in your life. Number 5. Surround yourself with positive people. The people we spend time with have a huge impact on our thoughts and behaviors. Surrounding ourselves with positive people can help us maintain a positive attitude and avoid negativity. So, how do we find positive people? Well, first of all, we need to be positive ourselves. Positive people are attracted to other positive people. You can also join groups or activities that align with your interests and values. For example, if you love animals, you can volunteer at a local animal shelter. Or, if you are passionate about fitness, you can join a gym or running club. When we surround ourselves with people who share our interests and passions, we are more likely to have positive and uplifting conversations. Additionally, we can also be positive role models for others and inspire them to see the glass half full. These are some positive thinking tips that can help you adopt a more optimistic mindset. Remember that positive thinking is a skill that can be learned and practiced. It takes time and effort, but the benefits are worth it. By controlling your inner dialogue, focusing on solutions, using positive language, practicing gratitude, and surrounding yourself with positive people, you can cultivate a more optimistic mindset that will enhance your happiness, health, and relationships. Hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to leave us a thumbs up. Also, share this video with your family and friends. We would love to hear your opinion, so leave a comment below. And finally, if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.